Funimation, baby. You got it. This is the English dub for this game. Dragon Ball Z Budokai, baby. Infogrames. Do you remember that? I doubt you do. Maybe you do. Look, Dimps. Awesome company. Sort of. At least back in the day it was. See, ADX, you'll see all this stuff in older games all the time. It was in Tekken. It was in Soul Calibur. So this is going to be muted because this can get you copyright claims because it's Rock the Dragon, the anime intro used in, I think, the Funimation dub. I don't know if he's using the Ocean dub, but it's awesome. This intro is amazing. The fact that they 3D modeled essentially the anime opening is awesome. It's so good, man. This game really tried to focus more on trying to deliver story elements into the game. And not only doing that, but also giving bonus story mode stuff that you wouldn't see in other Dragon Ball games at the time. Look at Gohan, dude. He's flying around, man. I'm just pointing out all these visuals as well. I tried to do this at 480p. Obviously, it'll be rendered at a higher resolution, but man, I'm still impressed at 480p, dude. This game looks amazing. Oh my goodness. For the time, I should say. 3D models on the PS2 this early, because this game came out in 2002 on PS2 and came out in 2003 on the GameCube. Very strange decision to do that, but it is what it is. Man, they didn't have to do this. I'm just going to point that out. They did not need to put this much effort into the 3D models and doing all of this that was from the anime. They obviously had a reference to what they were doing, but it's just insane to me that they actually went through and did it for this game. Obviously, this music is notorious. Maybe plagiarized a little bit. I think the first 3 Budokai games were. Look at all that copyright. So this is your title screen. It looks pretty good. Look at the soulful nature of that font. Oolong arriving just in time with Poir to show us the new game and load game. Awesome stuff. And it's like the Scouter. Like I said, there's some good cosmetics with this game. Not cosmetics, but good aesthetics with this game. Sorry, I'm getting nostalgic. This was probably one of the first Dragon Ball games I ever played. Dude, I played Ultimate Battle 22. I don't plan on reviewing that anytime soon. I might, but God, do I not want to. You got story, duel, world tournament, practice, edit skills, options, Legend of Hercule that happens after you beat the story mode, and that's pretty much it. Notice how it's all 7 Dragon Balls. Freaking brilliant aesthetically. This is probably one of the more creative menus that you'll see in a fighting game. It doesn't happen very often, but this is more like an anime that got turned into a fighting game, so they had a lot more to work with compared to trying to do it from scratch like Tekken, being a clone of Virtua Fighter, or even Soul Calibur. So the first thing we're going to do, as always, is practice, but I gotta show off options first. And we'll get into edit skills after practice. So you got your game options. You got easy, normal, hard, very hard. The select button on default, it's on easy, and it's on weak normally. I'm gonna put it to normal and average, so to let you know, they actually went easy on you. You can have quick start, which I think skips the title screen and goes into loading the game. I'm not for sure. But dual time already being on infinite's awesome. I think that was a smart idea. You got your save and load feature, you got your controller. Look, it's a 3D controller, man. I love this gimmick. Well, it looks 3D. I think it's a 2D image, really, though. You can actually see the controller on the screen, man. Look at that PS2 controller. What an amazing controller that was. So you can customize, you can do A, B, whatever. I have custom on to have all the transformations in one button, stuff like that. You also have the screen. You can move the screen around. You can also change the brightness if you want to. I do like the light bulb actually goes dim as you move further to the left, and it gets brighter as you go to the right. Simple things like that is what made video games soulful back then. Things they did not have to do and put in the effort to do it because they cared. You also have your screen adjust here of where you want the HUD. This font's good too. I think this font is in line of what the Dragon Ball Z universe was like at this time, or at least up until the Cell Saga, which is what this game is. These pictures in the background are so soulful too. You also have Goku on the flying Nimbus up there. It's great. I love this. The background's kind of It's not really that great, but I do like the text box is great. The font popping up underneath. The Dragon Ball's actually shining. God, they don't make games like this anymore. Look at Sparking Zero. I mean, this stuff has what ifs probably better than Sparking Zero. It does. So we're going to be playing as Trunks. Trunks has some interesting transformations in this game. You could go Super Saiyan 2 in this, which is just insane levels of foreshadowing, or also just simply a mistake at this time. Got every character unlocked, so we'll go left to right. We got Frieza here. You got Vegeta. You got Goku, Kid Gohan. You have Teenage Gohan, by the way. For some odd reason, we have a Buu Saga character, a Great Saiyaman. He's a bonus character, but the fact that this is only supposed to be towards the Cell Saga makes this a weird addition to the game. For some odd reason, we have a Buu Saga character, a Great Saiyaman. Piccolo, we got Tien, Krillin, Android 18 and 17, as well as 19, 16, Dodoria, Zarbon, Ginyu, Yamcha. Oh, look, it's Trunks again. Raccoon, Hercule, Nappa, Raditz, and Cell. Cell's got messed up voice lines too. When he's in Perfect Cell, he sounds like Imperfect Cell. Vegeta's Super Vegeta form is insane. His hair is super tall. There's just weird, goofy stuff in this game. But we're gonna do the classic Trunks versus Vegeta. These are also nice PNGs. I don't know if they show up anywhere else in anything at all. I think these were custom made for this game. I also like the wipe away effect. That's a pretty neat effect. You also got random here. You got normal and custom. Normal is like your basic level skills. Custom is where you actually put in skills in the edit skills section of the game for each individual character. You can also choose a different costume based on the buttons you press. So this is one of my favorite parts of this game specifically. The maps actually load in 3D to show you what map you're actually going to be going on to. So you have the Cell Games Ring. You have Planet Namek. Look at this effort. They didn't have to do that. Valley Plains. World Tournaments. Look at that, man. Oh my God. So good. Look at the microphone even sparkles. Grassland. Look at that. They even put a rainbow. They didn't even have to do that. Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Now it does have unique art in the background, but also animating this entire thing. The other ones are usually static or just rotate. This is insane because the doors are also moving back and forth. I like Yajirobe at the top right too. What's he doing up there? Avoiding trouble as usual. See, this one isn't really animated. It's static. I mean, it was a good idea. I mean, it's just rocks. Look at islands though. Look at that. Woo woo. Sound effects are good. Look at that pole straight up to Kami's Lookout. Bounces up and down. Left to right. That's good stuff. We're going to go to Kami's Lookout because I'm going to show you some cool stuff that you can do in this game as well as the stages. But that's all the stages that you get. I think there were, what, 9 there? Not a whole lot to work with. It's bare bones Dragon Ball Z 3D game. Because the other games were usually in 2D or just very bad. There's not a lot of great Dragon Ball Z games before this one. Notice how I have a different outfit on? Over here. Over here. You're going to listen to a lot of voice acting this. It's a Funimation dub, so if you don't like the dub, I don't know what else to tell you. Ah! This is practice mode. It shows you how many max hits, damage, total damage, max damage. You have your command inputs at the bottom, and it shows the capsule at the bottom right, and you're wondering, what the heck does that mean? Those are your skills, which I'll show in the skill list real quick. So it tells you how much key it requires in the button presses or the inputs in order to do that move activation. So here's Buster Cannon. 4 punches and an energy. It's also colored based on the PS2 controller. The P's are purple for square being purple, and E is energy, which does that, which is also red for circle. They really were creative about doing this. It's obviously different on the GameCube. I think they just have the GameCube inputs on there. So you have Super Saiyan and Super Trunks and Super Trunks 2. That's what they call it in this game. Technically, Super Trunks is, what is it? They call it Ascended Super Saiyan, where technically it's more power but less speed, as Goku talked about in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. And you also have your special moves. These are hard to get off. And I'll show you that when I put the computer on very strong to show you some of the busted stuff in this game. This game's kind of jank. It's got great aesthetic. It's got a great soundtrack. For better or for worse, for that reason, maybe a little bit of copyrighted plagiarism. It relies too much on melee than it does energy, and blocking is not the best. There's no teleport in this game. That's why it kind of weighs it down a whole lot in terms of the gameplay. Other than that, it's okay. And certain moves require you to be in a certain transformation. You're going to charge up all the way. You have 7 key bars. Also, this is a great HUD to show Trunks' face, Vegeta's face on the other side, and it's whatever character you have. They also change if you transform. So if I transform into Super Trunks 2, and it's different for each form. But as you notice, as I punch Vegeta, he'll shake as he's getting hit. They did not have to do that. Also, there's stage transitions on certain maps. Notice how that did almost a full health bar. You have 3 life bars. There are no other rounds. So you live or you don't. Wow, did you see that did 934 damage? That did 852. Transformations are really good in this game, if you noticed. Well, they can be. The problem is when you transform to higher transformations, your key bar drains rapidly. As you can tell, I went from 7 to 6. I'll go down to 5. But we're also showing off stuff that you can also go in the air. You want to try to find things that knock your opponent in the air. I think the crazier thing to me is that you could actually sometimes delay your charge moves. So this is a charge move. This is supposed to break up blocking. Some characters are better with it. So you actually have like a backdash. You can also sidestep, but it's the Virtua Fighter sidestep, up and then block at the same time. Dude, look at that attention to detail though when you block. Their hands change. Also, Vegeta's like, jitters all the way down. So we could reset our position up top again. And it's instant. Did you see how instant that was? That's insanely good for a 3D game at this time. So I'm going to show you Trunks' first transformation to show you. Finish. Okay, that was a taunt. Taunts take away 1 energy bar if they go out. All right, so see Trunks face to the top left, it's different there. If you see the 3 chains, they're not necessarily chains. I think they're supposed to be whatever the scouter language uses. Green, yellow, red, that's your health bar stuff to let you know as well. So I'm going to show off Burning Attack to show you that there are special moves in this game that each character can do. I'm going to transform all the way to show you the damage. Burning Attack, baby. No Burning Slash in this game. But watch this animation. Each one has their own special animation as well. As well as being voice acted. If you can get that off, that's 1.5 health bars. Over 1.5 health bars, which is insane. So what we're going to do is put the computer on hard mode now, because I think I pretty much talked about most things in this game. If both of you do a power move, you end up in a clash, and then you'll have to rotate the sticks. You could actually deflect key blasts. You're going to see how this game pretty much plays. Notice how that was unsafe? There's not a lot of block stun in this game. So when you're in a combo, you got to commit. That's really the problem. Oh, I'm not fast enough. Ooh, a guard break really happens with that. Oh my goodness. Never mind. Oh my god, he just got Final Flash off on me. At least you see this animation. This is sick. I always like the animations in this game. Also, you notice the key is a different color than probably what you're used to in other games. Like blue, purple, stuff like that. I mean, you want to do it sparingly if they keep blocking. There we go. That was an amazing sidestep. There we go. He never blocks. Goku blocks. I just want to show this off to show that I'm not a schizophrenic, because Goku does block. I would have shown off 5 hours of this game. I don't care. It's awesome. Also, you got an interactable loading screen. This is going to be a commonplace thing in the Budokai games. Wow, he actually transformed. He never transformed when I was Team Gohan. Notice how I blocked that, by the way? I blocked his ki blast in the middle of a combo. There's enough time to where they're charging up their ki blast that I could just block. I blocked that. That's a block. Or I would have done more damage and knocked me up. Transformations are good for damage, but trying to keep them alive is not good. They take too much ki, which is why that was ended up changing in Budokai 3. So Gohan could do this. You can kind of combo off the ground, which I really don't like. Not a big fan. Look at that. Okay, now imagine if I was transformed. You see that did 444? Now let's try it as Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. That did a little bit more damage. 50 more damage is pretty good. Also, if you notice, I could do a blast. The thing is, I don't think that normally works because, first of all, you have to make sure every punch hits. Second of all, they can recover in time. If you notice, the recovery off the ground is insane. Yeah, baby! Also, if you miss, like if they block, it won't hit. Oh, did you see that cancel? Did you see that charge cancel? That is insane. Oh, yeah, I got super Kamehameha out. Let's go. Kamehameha. Sick. He does it from the air, too, which is interesting. He tries to jump out of the way. 1440. All right, I think that's enough for practice mode. You got the point and gist of what I was talking about. You got these other stuff in terms of melee supers per se. The fact that it takes 3 key gauges is not worth it. I would try getting the super off if you see an opening. Pretty much, if you get enough key bars and you have the right transformation for it as well. Some characters don't transform in order to do their supers, so I'll let you dictate what you want to play and what you don't want to play at that point. So now we're going to get into edit skills before we go into the story mode. It's also dependent on your memory card. You can also swap between them. It's very nice. So if you want to give someone else your skills, you can do that. So you have your skills list, change your capsules, skill shop, and about skills. You'll see this capsule system throughout the entirety of the Budokai games, including Infinite World, which isn't called Budokai, it's called Infinite World. So you can tell I have all the capsules. You have all the support, physical, and ability. As you notice, multiple characters have multiple abilities. Look how many abilities Trunks has. That's because also his transformations count as 1, but they also have them organized based on what race they are. Look, I also have all 7 Dragon Balls. You also have System. These are all characters. World Tournament difficulties and Legend of Hercule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Got 23 characters. All right, so you can change capsules here. This is on your custom characters. As you notice, I have breakthrough on every character, which is pretty much every move that is available to them automatically on here, which is why it takes up the entire space of their loadout. Can you move the characters in this? Yes, you can. You can also change the costumes while you're in this. Look at the rotation, baby. Look at this. You can rotate them how you want, just like an action figure. Yo, look at this Zarbon outfit. That's crazy. Look at this costume. What is this? Pajamas? Look at this Yamcha, man. Look at the jacket. Look at that. You also have Vegeta jacket. Look at this outfit. But also, this is where you buy the skills. Mr. Popo's here. He's here to give you skills. So this is where you buy them, but they're random. I think that's the problem with this game specifically, is that they're random. But you can also have like a recommended buy here as well. You have Zenny, which you can earn in the World Tournament, and you have the about skills. It actually teaches you what they do, why they're here. They have nice little PNGs for them too. Isn't that great? That's actually Goku's pose when he does those specific moves in that pattern. You could trade acquired skills between memory cards. Isn't that crazy? So now we get into the story. In the story mode in this game, is very animated. That's a special one for Vegeta. That's a special one for Frieza, I do believe this one is, and Cold-Blooded Assassin. This is where Cell absorbs Krillin. It's a unique what if that never comes back in any way, shape, or form. If you already have it in your game, just put it in the sequel as like a alt character or something, like secret character. So we're gonna play the first level of this just to show it off in the beginning, and then I'll show off the what if, specifically with Cell. Oh, don't play this, it's copyright. This actually shows Goku beating Piccolo. Look how slow he is. Doing that in slow motion's crazy. And you also have a narrator for this, which is awesome. Like I said, they were trying to stay faithful to the manga and anime. Look at that water. That water actually looks good. See, they're trying to make it like the anime, so you're familiar with what's going on. Besides the what ifs, of course. Like the Vegeta what if, he turns into a Super Saiyan on Earth. Give me back my son right now.
Right now.
Right now. Do it right now. This is when Dragon Ball Z, where you could produce an energy blast that was greater than your power level.
There's no way that I'll...
Shame that doesn't happen too often at all later on.
Get it.
Look at Piccolo, he looks like a static image. It'll show the character that you're going to use. This just gives you the basic layout of what to do. It tells you at the bottom what to do. You only have 2 skills here. So in story mode, it's going to be very limited based on where you're at in the story. If their body gets lifeless and you just beat it up. Really interesting that it can float in the air, though. That's really interesting.
What? How did you...
And then he grabs his tail and then lets go. You guys know the story of Dragon Ball Z, right? That's all animated. See, you get a skill, see? Super Trunks 2, a skill I already have. But that's where you unlock your characters as well, as by doing story mode. This story mode is unique, and it's a very interesting gimmick later on, because other games do it too. Budokai 3 doesn't really do it. Budokai 2 actually doesn't do it either. Infinite World does, where you have like special side mini games. This, you have to line up the special beam cannon in order for it to work. You have 15 seconds to do it. Look at that ominous music, too. Woo! Notice how Goku's health's going down? You just gotta keep it in the blue. Wow, almost, it's good enough. I cleared it, see? And that's what this game does, especially when you go to Namek as Goku. You fight like a weird cloned version of Vegeta that's very blue. Yeah, special beam cannon. Oh, yeah, baby! And then you win. Ta-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're gonna do the Cell what if, 'cause that's pretty much story mode. It basically goes and recounts the story of Dragon Ball Z. It's nothing too complicated. You've seen it before many times, and you'll see it again, too. But what you're really interested in, if you want to play this game and actually play it, not just see it, I mean, you can just watch cutscenes on YouTube, of course. But you play for the what ifs as well, because they're very special because they're only in this game. These specific what ifs. This is where semi-perfect Cell absorbs Krillin. Look at this character model, man. That's crazy. Looks like a Cell Jr. And apparently Cell is weak enough to even be fought against with the option he had now. It's insane that Krillin was apparently so weak that when Cell absorbed him, not being cumulative or compounded, it became weaker. Hey, that's special. Cell being a PNG in the background is special for this what if. Look at that voice acting is special for this Cell. Look at that, that's all you get. What? Me losing against the option? You see how the bottom was special for this? Hey, that's blue. Wait a minute, that's blue? Sometimes they can home too with the charging attack, which kind of negates the whole point of the sidestep. That's why this game's kind of mid in terms of the fights. No, I lost. Oh, wait. Oh, no, see. Oh, am I gonna clutch it out? Oh, no! Oh, no! No way, dude, that was so close. You also have intro quotes between characters. I didn't show that off because I wasn't in practice. I like that it cuts to a Z, too. Look, give me a break!
Give me a break! He's gonna fight awesome. Me all by himself.
Yeah, cooked him. It's just not fair! I love the voice acting for this. It's like a mixture of Cell Jr. and Cell. Like, they're 2 voices combined, and then Krillin in the mix as well. He's like, what? Double PTSD for Cell here. But it was all a dream. That's what I'm saying. I'm fine with them going out there with the what if because we know it's not canon. We don't care. But it's bonus content too that we see a different side of things as well. So game mode I'm going to show off. It's the World Tournament mode. This is where you get your Zenny. It's important to get your Zenny here. So you can choose any character you want and also you can choose the difficulty. We're just going to do novice. Okay? So hopefully I can win here. I guess I can show off Great Saiyan Man. His kick should actually be really good here. Because in the World Tournament you can actually ring out on the stage. If you ring out, you lose. It's just like World Tournament rules. Look at this! You got Sparks coming in. Not only that, you got unique PNGs on both sides. I think it opens up. Amazing transition. I love it. Justice Punch is really interesting. Because it's an uppercut and then a slam down. You know what? It reminds you of Sean Spike from Second Impact. Look at that. Excellent move to knock people out. You get hit with that, you're probably losing. If they break the invisible wall that's around the world tournament, they just fall out and lose. They also have unique winning poses as well. Frieza also doesn't go through each individual form. He goes from base form, final form, then 100% final form.
Thank you, Frieza.
And we did it. We won the tournament. So it's basically your tournament mode. Wow, 10,000 is Eddie. Woo! Thanks for the prize money. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the Legend of Hercule. How could I forget about this? This is an amazing side mode. Is it rough? Yes. Could it be also boring? Yes. But it's very interesting to decide to do a what if where Hercule beats everyone. The Z Fighters all the way up to Cell. And you only have one run. If you lose, and have to restart all the way back at the beginning. So we're going to do this on Novice to make it quick. It's going to fight a lot of people. And it's narrated by Hercule.
And never giving up to build a powerful body and mind. And having a wild time all the time.
Look at his face at the bottom left. Look at that. Flickering in front of a candle somewhere. Look at the flame! Yo! Look at this, especially animated for this game mode. Awesome. And this is like this in the regular story mode, right?
There's nothing but a strange-looking bunch of losers standing there.
If they only knew.
How can they
Everyone being oblivious to power is always insane to me. But in this mode, Hercule actually interrupts their fight. Like, he's still wearing the jetpack. They need an excuse of why he flies up in the air. It wouldn't make sense because Hercule doesn't fly.
I can't wait to take on a real challenger.
That's insane.
I'll take on all you losers at once.
That is such an insane statement to make. Fight everyone that's at the tournament. So we first fight Yamcha. So Hercule's pretty limited in his moveset, so it's not going to be that great. You can also win by timeout if you want. I would focus more on just melee if you can. Present for You is the one. He also has a transformation in this game. I don't know why. Did they mean that as a joke? Let me see if I can do it. There we go. Present for You, baby. Hercule landing on his head.
Whoa, what? He's right behind me, isn't he?
What's that, Game Boy Advance? But it's rectangular instead? I like how he rolls and does cartwheels to dodge. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, keep that mouth open. Notice how the map got destroyed when I did my special?
That was a wimp. You two sick-balled turkeys. I'll deal with you both at once.
Hercule speaking out loud, and this is internal monologue because it has reverb. That's how you know. But your health won't recover. So there are stipulations. So this keeps going on until you beat Cell and you're the winner. I think you do get something out of it too for doing this, but it is an interesting side mode. Oh, that's right, Android 16, because he was there as well. And that's pretty much the entirety of Budokai 1. If you're interested in this game, it's for PS2 and GameCube, where you can emulate it. You got a copy of it. More retrospectives and reviews on the way. I'm definitely glad to be starting out with this series because I'm more nostalgic about it than I am Tekken. And it actually ends at some point. But take care of yourselves and have an excellent one. Bye-bye. Holla, headshot. Just kidding, it's Atari. Funimation yet again, back with the English dub Dips, the developer for mostly good fighting games, Soft Deck 80X, welcoming you into Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. And an amazing intro. They decided to do an animation intro, not 3D models this time, in a newer animation style of the late to mid 2000s, and it's awesome. It's brilliant. I love this. I love when they did custom anime intros for these video games. Definitely made them each unique. I don't know about replayable just for this, but it's definitely a beautiful thing to watch, and new music for it as well. Look, Krillin's shiny head. Oh, it's a Dragon Ball. And got Goten and Trunks messing with him. So Budokai 2 is the sequel to Budokai 1. It came out 1 year later, almost on the dot. 1 year later in 2003. And then on GameCube in 2004. The 2003 version is on the PlayStation 2, of course. Look at this. Majin Vegeta versus SS2 Goku. Let's go. The failed fusions of Gotenks. Majin Buu. Kid Buu. Look at this brown-haired Vegeta. You don't see that too often anywhere, especially in modern animation. Look at him splitting the moon, man. Can the moon not get any help whatsoever? It needs to be shielded at this point. How many times it's been destroyed? Yeah, Goku doing his, what, Super Spirit Bomb? And there you go. You got Shenron. It's like, just make the wish. Look at all these characters, man. Isn't it great? What a great intro to a game. Do I think it's the best of the three? No. I like Budokai 3 is the best. Budokai 1, 2, and 3. Infinite Worlds is whatever. But heck yeah, I'm so glad we got to get into this. It's so good. Hey, look at here. Remember Budokai? They did a similar title screen for Budokai 2, and of course, we'll do a similar one for Budokai 3 and even Infinite World. I'm not going to press anything here because I do want to see if there's a battle demonstration in this game, and I'm pretty sure there is. I don't know if they did a special animation thing like they did in Budokai 1, because this game is definitely going to be different. It changes everything. It's good, but it changes everything. Even the loading screen you can interact with is different. So this is the battle demonstration, and you can already tell right off the bat that the character models look not exactly like they were before. They're more cel-shaded or thicker outlines on the characters than none whatsoever, which made the characters in the other game look kind of weird and out of place almost, because they don't look distinct. They look like they could fade into the background. But now they have a lot thicker outlines, probably trying to replicate a bit of the manga as well, because obviously the outlines in Dragon Ball Z are super thick. If you look at any of those characters, they definitely have thick outlines on the eyes, the face, the body, all of it. So they took out the recap story, because the story's different in this game. Look, it's Bulma. Now you have Bulma's little ship here, and now Bulma's the one that tells you to load the game. So this is your main menu screen, which is completely different from what we had from the last game. Bulma seems like the central character of this title screen, main screen, and even edit skills. It's very strange for this game, and they're like, yeah, we need to focus on her for some reason. We have Dragon World, Dueling, World Tournament, Training, Edit Skills, Options, Bobbity, Spaceship. This is not necessarily a better thing than Budokai 1. It's obviously lazier, but it's still serviceable for what it does for this game. The other game had 7 options and 7 Dragon Balls. This game decides not to do that. Instead, we have a Z Dragon Ball moving back and forth behind the text for the main menu. And you also got the ship bouncing up and down with the flame in the background. It actually tells you what they do, just like the other game, but they put it on the right side of the screen. It's a very interesting choice. I don't know why. But then again, they did this in a year. And it's not saying they shouldn't have done that. It's just maybe you should have waited a little bit longer, but it is what it is. So the first thing we're going to do is get into options, as I say a million times over in my retrospective reviews. And now we have Master Roshi here. Look at him. Game options, save load, controller screen, sound, and exit. Yay, look at the moving mouth. Look at that creativity, man. And it plays the sound for you to know what volume it is at. So no music to high music. There you go. You can also do mono if you want for some godforsaken reason. Screen adjust like the brightness control. Look at that. They had to change it like that and zoom in and out. So they actually do the light bulb thing last time. Oh, see, it doesn't even dim here, which is super weird. Like, obviously the screen does, but the light bulb doesn't. It doesn't go completely gray. Interesting choice. But you can see the HUD here is completely different. You can see that Goku's circle image is now in here. I do not like this UI compared to Budokai 1's. Budokai 1 was way more creative. This is way more simplified. They do have the faces that change, but the fact that they're just standard PNG face forward images instead of looking towards your opponent is not as good as Budokai 1's. You also have like the winds up top. That's above the health bar. So you got your key bar, your health bar, and you got your timer here. Like I said, I just don't think this is nearly as good as Budokai 1's UI. I'm gonna keep the brightness all the way up. Notice how the music was dead there? Yo, but look, we got controllers for both controllers for this game because it's for 2 players, and it's a nice little model there. I'll always like the PlayStation 2 models they do in this game. I love it. Custom configuration is usually the best. Custom just has it all. It's like if you want to just do combo buttons, you can. I mean, might as well. You got all the buttons there for it. It makes transformations much easier too. You also have your game options here. You got I think the default is easy and weak. They always try to make it sure that you're having fun with the game and it's not too difficult for you. They let the player change the difficulty. You can call that lazy if you want, but I'd rather have that system than having normal being too hard. We're going to actually change the dual mode to very strong, even though it probably won't have to worry about it because in training I could probably just change it. You also got the save, which is the same as the last game. Also, you see the sky change because it was Kami House in the other one. So let's go into training. Build yourself up through practice and training. So this is new in this game. You have practice and you have training. They have differentiated between the two in this game. Training is actually learning the basic steps of the game. And you have 6 different chapters. You go from basic movement, key usage, key base techniques, offense and defense while fighting, burst mode, and special finishing moves. So let's do basic movement to get an idea of what you're looking at here. We'll probably only do 2 of these. We don't need to do every single one. So I'm pretty sure you play as Goten, and you're practicing either with Goku, Piccolo, or Gohan in most of these, if not Krillin as well. And this is voice acted. They actually put a lot of effort into this stuff right here. Look, did you see Goten nod when he was talking? I love this. I love that they actually put the effort doing this. They also have like a special PNG and circle for this training mode. Oh, you just got to slightly do it. That's right. I'm trying to get too technical. It's simpler than that. So that you know how to dash so you can close the gap. I think that's why they made backdashing the way it was in this game like that, because they were worried people would just timer scam. Which makes sense because Budokai 3, even though you can do it back, there definitely makes it much harder. Shifting. I like how they call it shifting in this game. Look at that. That's called shifting, you know, instead of sidestepping. Very interesting. There we go. We did it. You got a clear sign. You got the congratulations music for clearing it as well. Good stuff. Very simple. I got to remember what burst mode is in this game. This game does a different concept than Budokai 3's Dragon Rush burst mode stuff. Look at this. You can spin it around. He actually goes up in the air. Yo, look at that, Tien. Look at that. You get unique interactions. Oh, that's block. Notice how he missed right there? See? That's what they mean with nullify moves. I was wondering what the heck are they talking about with burst mode. It's like they mean burst attacks or charge attacks. That's what they're talking about. So that's training. So we're going to go into practice now because I want to show off some other stuff. As you noticed, Goten did not get hit during Tien's punch combo. So we're going to show that off with Goten as well here. You notice the new scroll wheel. It's a oblong wheel on its side so you can see every character instead of just putting a giant thing on the screen. And it also shows 3D models here instead of PNGs as well. You can also change the costume, hitting the up and down button on the directional pad. But you only get 2 costumes, I'm pretty sure, for most people. I don't know if anyone has... Oh, no, see, he's got 3. He gets 3 costumes. The Great Saiyaman without helmet and glasses and bandana. Let's go. You also have Great Saiyaman right next to him. So who's new to this game? You got Videl, who's new to this game, Supreme Kai, Deborah, Majin Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu, Android 20. Who else you got new in this game? I think that's it. Oh, and Gohan, adult Gohan this time. So we're actually going to pick Goten again this time to show this off. So your edit skills just the same as the last game. Use capsules in order to put in slots in order to do those specific moves. Whatever mode you're doing, dueling, Dragon World, whatever. Obviously, I'm going to go with custom here. And we're going to fight against Goku because he's flipping insane in this game. Goku is insane in this game. More than he ever was in the first game. And you'll see why when I put him on very strong. He's going to do some crazy combos that you've never seen before. Oh, I didn't talk about the stages. So we have our stages here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't know why they only have 9 in this game. They easily could have put the old stages back here. Like Kami Lookout is not in this. They just removed it. They have this weird location. Then they have Supreme Kai's World as 2 new maps. You also have Red Ribbon Army location. And you have, what is this, West City? One of the cities here. They don't actually tell you and they're not in 3D. It's really weird what they decided to sacrifice in order to make this game because the decision to remove the 3D aspect of this and also not even telling you what stage it is very interesting. I do like that the Dragon Radar flicks to change the screen. That's very nice. All right, so let's go to the hyperbolic time chamber. You notice the height difference? This is a big problem in fighting games in general, is that when you have a height difference between 2 characters, the larger character is usually going to miss their combos. Bottom bar is your command bar. As you'll see, you can tell the max hits damage, total damage, max damage, attack, and guard. It's the same. And I've already talked about the UI not being as good as Budokai 1's. There we go. Super Saiyan. See, and you notice how the profile picture changed there. One of the new things that you could do in this game is just do a Kamehameha blast whenever you want. You don't have to do a combo to do it. You could just do it right here if you wanted to. But you still have most of the same stuff from the first game. Look at that continuous Kamehameha. It's not even a Kamehameha. Did you notice also the Kamehameha is blue? And it's a smaller beam, a proper beam, especially for Goten's size. So let's put Goku on very hard. Probably destroy 2 birds with 1 stone here. To show off that he's probably going to miss some moves, and I'm going to get stun locked because the hit stun in this game is ridiculous with Goku specifically. He's going to up kick me, and it's going to be insane. Look at that. Did you see that up kick? I'm glad he immediately does it because the AI in this game is ridiculous. That up kick gave him enough time to not only sidestep, but to continue the combo. That is disgusting level of hit stun. That's not good, especially when there's no teleport in this game. And now he's just going to continue his combo. Look at that. I can't do anything here. I cannot. Isn't that insane? Oh my goodness, what were they thinking with Goku? Why do you need that much hit stun? Also, Goku could go Super Saiyan 3 in this game. Oh my god, every time he does that up kick, it's almost like PTSD. And when I actually try to fight Goku, I'm very strong as Vegeta. I'm like, dude, he's doing a full health bar off this melee combo that I can't teleport out of, block, or sidestep. There is no proper defensive option here. You get hit with that up kick, you're done. You're done. Look at this, he's still continuing the combo into Warp Kamehameha. He's going to do a health bar and a half, I'm going to guess. So I'm pretty sure this is continuous. Also, he gets Warp Kamehameha in this game. It only did 1,000 damage. It only did 1 health bar, which is ridiculous. If you notice that Super Saiyan 2 also only gave him 5% attack bump instead of 120% like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan did. You got to find the moves that you can stall and then try to combo into. Like, Goku's up kick is ridiculous. Also, if your ki gets low enough, you lose your transformation. So it's pretty much the same as the other game. Obviously, certain supers now, you have to do stick, and I'll show you. Notice how Warp Kamehameha didn't have a stick. It was instant. There was no counter. That sucks. You also have Vegeta in this game, and Goku. Probably some of the best stuff in this game. It's a what if, and I'll show later on as well. Because like I said, there's a lot to show off in this game in terms of what ifs. So they have King Kai Fist times 20, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 3 now. Did you see there's 2 different Spirit Bombs as well? You have Spirit Bomb and Super Spirit Bomb. Yeah, you could have 3 super moves on Goku if you wanted to. I don't think Warp Kamehameha is considered a super move per se, but you could definitely combo into it. It's insane. You know, I'll just give him Breakthrough. I probably should just give Breakthrough to Goku, but I did what I did. So let's show off one of the newer stages, Red Ribbon Army stage, to give you guys a perspective of how they changed things in this game compared to what they did in Budokai 1 as well, in terms of stage design. It's pretty much the same concept. There's not a lot of ring out stages for a reason, because it's not trying to be Soul Calibur, it's trying to be Dragon Ball. So this is actually in the air hangar, Super Saiyan 3. So it only does 125 in comparison to 130 on Super Trunks 2 and Goku being Super Saiyan and 140. They try to balance that out. I can only do Warp Kamehameha when I am in this form right here. You know, Spirit Bomb and Super Spirit Bomb both have to be done in King Kai Fist times 20 or normal, but the difference is the key gauges. So if you got confused, it's like, oh, what transformation do I need to be in? Just mind you, it's the key gauge, not the transformation necessarily. The fact you do Warp Kamehameha so easily is crazy. 750 plus the melee combo, so it's actually longer than that. Look at this. You can just transform straight into Super Saiyan at 3 key gauges, which is insane. I would have to intentionally lower my ki in order to transform into King Kai Fist times 20. We're gonna do Spirit Bomb. That was slow as hell. I can't believe I did it that slowly. See, now it requires a stick to build up energy, which was different from the other game. Notice how he doesn't get a rebuttal? All right, so now we're going to do Super Spirit Bomb, and I'll show you the differences between these 2 supers. Super Spirit Bomb, baby. So here's the difference. See, I don't charge up here. Super Spirit Bomb, you don't charge. But you do battle with your opponent with the sticks. That's the main thing in this game, is allowing defense to actually defend against the attack in terms of doing less damage. It's obviously going to do damage if it hits, but it's going to do less damage if you win the stick struggle there. You know what? I should show off Vegeta too. That's something I could do all in one here. Oh, nope, that's not going to count. Oh, see, there is no beam clash. Let's show off Vegeta, how busty he is in this game. He just does too much damage. So the Potara gimmick here is that you have to press a button, and then your opponent presses a button. If they're both the same, you lose, and you lose Potara for the rest of the match. But if you win, you get Vegeta. That's the trade-off. I think he's also one of the strongest characters in this game, if not the strongest. Look how much damage this does. 780, non-transformed. Super Vegeta, 140, which was the same as Goku's Budokai 1. So let's do Spirit Cannon again. 840. A little bit of a bump, but not too much. So we're going to do Spirit Sword. I'm going to show you how much damage this does. You got to remember, not just the supers damage, but the melee as well. I think this one requires a analog stick, maybe? Yep. Booyah, baby. I'm cooking with these analog stick motions. Let's go. Ooh, so that did 2 health bars, I think. Also, you see that as Super Mist? So now we're going to get into what-if characters. We'll start with Goku. Also, music in this game is awesome, too. If you notice, the input's very much similar for all the characters that do Potara. So this is a what-if. This was from the idea that Goku might have to use the Potara with Hercule. It's great. This fusion's great. This actually does give it the 110%, which is equal to Super Saiyan. That's not too bad. You actually get an attack bump. Look at this outfit. He gets an afro, and he gets new moves. He gets Trick Beam. Just good damage. It's not like this is a bad character. He also gets a special Spirit Bomb as well. It's called Ultra Spirit Bomb. Watch this. He gets a nice swirl and unique animation for it. Gotta charge it. Gotta charge it. Woohoo! I love that their voices are mixed too. Look at that swirl Spirit Bomb! It does good damage, but not as good as it would be like Super Spirit Bomb. I don't think it's as good as the regular Spirit Bomb, but it's still good damage. Notice how there's like no ki around him whatsoever when he charges? Notice how his ki doesn't go down when he's transformed? Actually, it's pretty good. That's pretty much Goku. That's Goku as a character. We're gonna do Tiencha now. So you gotta pick Yamcha or Tien. And I'm going to show you another unique gimmick this game has. See, fusion is the same as Potara in terms of the input. And then you have to press buttons in order for it to work. If you incorrectly do it, you turn it to the worst version of that fusion. This gives 110 just like Goku and Super Saiyan, which is nice. But this is timed. You only have so much time to do things in this form of fusion. So his major move is Wolf Fang Volleyball Fist. There's no key requirements because the bar is now just a timer. Let's go. And he's got like the receding hairline. He's Norwooding like crazy. He's got Yamcha's hair in the back. I love this fusion. This character should have been in Budokai 3. I don't know why they took out these characters. It's not like they didn't have the copyright for it. They just decided not to. That's what sucks. That did not do a lot of damage. But they have fused moves. So that's Dodon Ran, Kamehameha combined. It looks sick! Oh, it makes me so mad that they remove stuff like that. He's a decent character too. He's got decent moves. I'm just glad they have cool what ifs in this. What if characters and what if moves as well, where they fused it together. They had a good thought process about it with this game. So Super Boo is special in this game too. He has what if absorptions. Let's do Orange Boo. There you go. Oh yeah, nice tan. We're heading towards the islands, folks. Great and wonderful islands. The greatest islands you've ever seen. They use a similar portrait, but the island here is different than the island in Budokai 3. Did you see that dinosaur? Super Boo has more absorptions than he would in Budokai 3. They took him out. See, you can actually absorb Tien and Yamcha in this game. Vegeta, Cell, Frieza, they're bonus characters to absorb. Absorbing these two actually does make Super Boo weaker, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but you do get their moves. You get both of them. You get Ki Blast Cannon, Wolf Fang Fist, Volleyball Fist, and Spirit Ball. So that's the trade-off for this, but it's random. That's the problem with this. I think that's why they removed so many options, because it was random. Instead, now you have 3 in Budokai 3, which is Piccolo, Gotenks, and Gohan. Oh my god. Sometimes you'll just keep getting repeats, and it sucks. Let's see what I get this time, because I actually want to show off what he looks like. Yeah, we got Vegeta! And it also changes your attack bump here for each character. This doing 110 is pretty criminal, but you did absorb him in base form, but still. Notice how the profile picture changes too, and he gets lightning. So now we're going to do the super move, and he does it too. It's freaking sick. Notice how the voice acting is different too. Notice there's no defense for that. And I didn't do a lot of damage, but let's see if we can get someone else. Let's see if we get Frieza or Cell. I just want to show them off. If I have to cut this out, I will. I will do it for this retrospective review of this game. It's awesome. This game's awesome. I absolutely recommend it. All right, so now we got Frieza, and I'll show off Frieza now. I think it'll be the final character to show off, because I just want to show off they put the effort into actually changing the character's colors, shape, voice acting. It's great. Mannerisms even. No key here for Frieza absorbed, but notice how the key doesn't go down. I don't know why the attack didn't change. That kind of sucks, but you do get Frieza's moves now. It's great when he absorbs Cell, because Cell does Spirit Bomb in this game. He does it just like Frieza, too. Yeah, look at that voice acting. I think I gotta do, is it an analog? Yeah. You just gotta get the most of your color. So now you do max damage. Scrap! There you go, that's it. Alright, we gotta get the heck out of here. The menus are just the same as they were in Budokai 1. There isn't that much of a difference. Just really UI changes. I probably should go into edit skills this time as well, because it is different than the other game. Look, it's Dr. Briefs, dude. Bulma's dad. Pretty much got the same stuff as you did before. Look at that. Instead of Goku, it's Goten doing it this time. And look, he does the combo just like Goku. It's just letting you know that this is the new generation's Busag. So I got 99% capsules. I think it was a glitch where it didn't allow me to get 100. You can edit capsules for each character if you want. I mean, you can edit them anyways in the edit skills. There's Bulma. Yo, look at Buddy Soup Bulma. Oh my god. It actually tells you what you're buying this time, which is a welcome change. You also have your Zenny up top. You also have your Gamble if you want to gamble stuff away if you'd like. Super Spirit Bomb. If you put 2 of the same skill, it does more damage. I'm just pointing that out. Look, she changed outfits when you go in. Isn't that cool? Let's do it a third time. But yo, it's Bulma in a different... Next up on the list, we gotta do Bobbity Spaceship. This appears, I think, after you beat Dragon World once. This is where you do special challenges. And I think this is where you unlock boosts, but you have 4 stages here. You have to defeat as many opponents as possible. This is basically survival mode. Hold down and get your opponent's attacks based on a time limit. How many hits can you land before time runs out? And volleying key blasts. I'm gonna do the volley key blasts. I like this one. This one's probably one of the harder ones in the game. I don't know if anyone actually has an advantage in the volley key ball based on their animation or timing. Let's do Muscle Tower. So I'll just show off one of these. You could do any of these challenges whenever you'd like. But there's a killing meter, which is like the energy required for Majin Buu to awaken. The more killing you get, the more stuff you unlock in terms of capsules. That's why you do the side mode. It's not just for fun. You actually unlock stuff doing it. Notice how I'm all charged up already? So the closer you are, the faster you could volley. So what you gotta do is tap it at the right time to send it back to your opponent. If you don't time it exactly right, it won't go back. No thanks! No thanks! No thanks! Constantly spamming voice lines is ridiculous, especially in this mode. Notice how we get further back and it takes longer to volley? Oh my goodness, am I gonna make it? No thanks. No thanks. Alright, I'm done. I'm not even gonna do it all. No need to. You just gotta do that 100 times, and then you get Killy for it. Good job. It's basically this mode. You also got 2 players for this if you want to. Because the whole point is just to help Majin Buu. Bobbity does not care where you get the energy from, as long as it goes to Majin Buu. Now we're finally going to get into Dragon World, which is the story mode of this game. It's a lot different than what you're used to. The thing is, I'm already at the end of the game. Well, we gotta fight Majin Buu. Notice how you can choose allies here? You can choose people that weren't there on Supreme Kai's world or whatever. The world of the Kais. The fact you can just choose whoever is insane. And they are on the map. So you got 3 health bars, you got 2 health bars, and 2 health bars. I say health bars, but they're overworld map health bars. What they do essentially is if you win a match, the opponent loses a health thing on the map. But if you beat them again in their stun state, they lose 2 health. But the same thing happens to you as well. So I could choose any of these 3 characters to move at first. So what you do on the map is just grab stuff. It's kind of like an RPG where you just go on the map and grab items that benefit your character or just you in general, right? That's a dragon radar. Grab that, Vegeta. Thank you, bro. It looks like we already have all the Dragon Balls. See, notice how there's a 0? Because I can only move 1 step or 1 spot on the map. And I can move wherever I want, though. Whenever, wherever. Notice how these Cybermen are specifically placed on the map with certain status ailments, like depreciating health or something like that. 0 key to start, no blocking. Notice how Kid Buu has 5 of those health things? Yo, Goku shows up on the bottom left. It shrinks the screen. Sometimes it'll be a 3D model if it's a specific story beat, like Vegito versus Super Buu. But there's text box and there is voice acting in this mode. Notice how in Budokai just had the face. Now they just have the character model. Notice how the music's exactly the same as it was in Budokai 1. Saiyan March, no skills. I have no skills. I did not customize Goku. Oh no. I guess I'm just going to be punching and kicking the whole match because I can't even do a proper ki blast. But that's pretty much the embodiment of story mode. That's what makes it different. Essentially, it becomes its own form of what if. Oh, how many do I have to fight? Uh-oh. I don't remember how many you have to fight of these guys, but they have a lot of health. I did extremely well, especially on the last map of the game. On normal difficulty as well. We're on normal. Hey, you get skills too. That's how you unlock skills in this game as well. Oh no, a new enemy has showed up, I'm pretty sure. Look, Frieza's back for some reason. Oh no, that means Cell's coming back too. And they show up on the map. I don't know if I exactly like this. I prefer Budokai 3's open world, just find stuff on the map, which, I mean, that could get boring too, but this is just too grindy. Like, look how many enemies are on the map. Is that more than likely you're gonna have to fight them because they come to you or move? And they can also pick up stat bumps, which makes it even harder in this game. And they just spawn right on top of them, so it ruins a chance for you to get them as well. Okay, so that's pretty much the entirety of the game. You can turn the Dragon Radar on and off. And basically, you can restart. Oh, maybe I should just restart. See, now they have beginnings for each arcs or sagas. This is not voice acted, sadly enough. Oh, 2 Saiyan pods. I wonder who they are. This is voice acted, but do you see the difference? It's Nappa and Raditz here instead of Nappa and Vegeta or just simply Raditz in the beginning. Isn't that crazy? Basically, this whole story mode might as well just be a what if. So they give you a goal, too. I just wanted to point out that the last one was defeat Majin Buu. This is just get the Dragon Balls before they do. I could choose anyone here because I think I've beaten the game. So on replay mode, you could just choose whoever you want. Oh, see, it's yellow because you can't use it. I'd put Tara on. So this is the beginning of the game. I'm just going to go have Gohan pick up the defense. But the problem is that it takes a lot of battles in order to defeat the villain, which people probably won't like. That's insane. Plus 30 defense is insane. We got to get the Dragon Radar to find the Dragon Balls. So now I know it's all the way over there. So what you could do is you could just go through Cybermen, or you could go through them. Also, Dende's a healing station on the map. I don't know if there's a special... Oh, there is! Look! 3D models. And voice acted.
Can't you talk for real?
That's special for this game. And also, you actually see I have all my skills. So yes, you could do Super Saiyan 3 and Saiyan Saga if you wanted to. It's basically make your own adventure. So after this, I'll just quit out so then we can show off the world tournament. And that'll be it for this game. Legend of Hercule's not in this game. Nothing like that. Bobby's spaceship is the new side mode. Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus a Cyberman is disgusting. Notice how my key's rapidly going down? That's still in this game as well. Charge all the way, Goku. Who cares? Also, you don't get unique victory poses here. You do get victory poses in duel mode and world tournament, stuff like that. All right, world tournament. Last mode was show because dueling is just dueling. You battle it out in PvP. You have 3 difficulties as well. We'll just go to novice to get through it. Who do I want to show off? Cell actually doesn't have his imperfect or semi-perfect form in this game. He's just automatically perfect. Same thing with Frieza. Frieza doesn't start out base form. They're just like, nah, we'll just make him perfect. Trunks is Super Saiyan 2 in this, doesn't he? He still does. Like, I don't get why he does. Epic foreshadow. Epic. That's cringe. See, it's yellow, though. You can't use Potara or Fusion in the World Tournament. No, actually, let's do Gohan. We could do Gohan. Give me that great Saiyaman outfit, Gohan, right now. This is also a different setup. It's similar to what they did in Budokai 1, obviously. With the symbol of the World Tournament, stuff like that. The Budokai. Look at that. Rolled out. It's a nice canvas. Obviously, you only have to do 3 matches. The 3D models are there. Do they do the PNGs in this one where it opens the gate up? I don't think they do it. I think it just goes straight into the match where they have opening quotes. Yep.
You can't beat me.
There's some special opening and ending victory poses, but obviously it's very restricted to who gets them. There you go. Try to knock him out as quickly as possible. Much easier that way. Phew.
I need to train some more.
Yeah. No, you don't. You'll just get it. Whatever. Just get mad. Just get mad. Your potential would unlock 1 billion times.
Real Super Saiyan.
That's insane to say against the guy who has Elder Kai unlock ability. We're about to do some real damage now. Just a little bit more, just a little bit. Wait, he does Super Kamehameha on this, right? Wow, Super Saiyan only, though? They changed that in Budokai 3. You can do it in any form if you want. Yep, and notice how his model changed for Elder Kai unlock ability. Am I fighting Hercule? No way. Yes! That's what it should have been. The Gohan's like, I'll let you win, and then he takes some money just like Android 18 does. I'll keep your dignity attack, or I'm going to rail your daughter. Also, there's probably some transformation combos in this game, but they're not as egregious as they are in Budokai 3. It is possible in Budokai 3 to do all of Goku's transformations as part of a combo. It's insane. Just look it up if you're interested. Budokai 3 Goku combo. Here, I can transform real quick. Nice. Look how tall and straight it is. Look at that crazy Super Saiyan 2 hair. So you win, right? Obviously, it gets harder if you do a harder difficulty. And the congratulations screen's different. They didn't put it over the World Tournament stage. You only get 10,000 for winning Novice. It's not a whole lot. But then that's where you go and buy your skills. And that's pretty much the game. I don't know if I choose Budokai 1 over 2 or 2 over 1. Maybe in some cases. I like the what-if characters in this game. I do like the story presentation in 1, but there is more to do in this game, in terms of Dragon World at least. But like I said, it could be a bit grindy in this weird RPG-style game. Gotta go find the map for stats, Dragon Radar, health bumps, specific requirements. It could be difficult, especially on harder difficulties. But that's pretty much it for this game. We're gonna move on to Budokai 3. More retrospective reviews on the way, everybody. Have a good one. Sayonara as we move on to Budokai 3. Woohoo! Yo, ready to witness one of the greatest games ever made? Atari, wow. Funimation, Bandai, just Bandai before they were Bandai Namco. Dimps still making great banger video games at this time, sort of. A soft deck and ADX, only known for the best. Look, it has a warning for the autosave feature. Isn't that crazy? That was in the previous 2 games. Yeah, so we get yet another anime intro for this game. It's freaking awesome. This beautiful opening. God, it looks so good. Great music, too. It's a new music for this game. Goku, you got Gohan, but everyone's grown up because this is supposed to be taking place during the Buu Saga, and GT is now finally in the game. There are some GT characters in this. Look at that logo. Soul beyond reason. Soul of the mid-2000s. Early to mid-2000s Dragon Ball Z games. We had it good back then. Man, look at the thick outlines on that. And brown-haired Vegeta, too. Oh, just can't get any better than this. Look, Frieza versus base form Goku on Earth. Wow, it's like they took ideas from these games, and Toriyama's like, yeah, why not put that in Dragon Ball Super? Look at this. Super Saiyan Vegeta versus Cell. I can't believe he would lose that. That's crazy. Buu Saga Vegeta. Metacooler versus freaking Gohan. It's crazy. Yo, look at this Gogeta fusion. So good. The direction is awesome. Yeah, look, Broly with the nice bright yellow hair instead of what you're probably used to with the green versus Gogeta. Look at this. Like I said, all these ideas in this intro are somewhere in Dragon Ball Super, either in the form of a movie or the actual animation series. And better yet, even in the manga. Goku's like, I'll just go SS3 and then did SS4. Just go straight to SS4. But I think they were just showing off that GT's in the game. That's why they saved it for last. Look at this gosh darn intro, man. This tile screen is so good. Font's good. Broly being somewhat faded in the top left side of the screen is so good. Goji in the background, man. And it shows all the villains from the main series. And we're gonna load the game. If you notice, as I was letting her speak, Giru, stop talking. I'm talking about Pan, not you. But both of these are obviously voice acted, and they keep doing it as you keep going back and forth. But Giru, if you notice, he actually goes up and down. Also love that Dragon Ball Z font on the top. Oh yeah, the dog barks too. I like his Emperor's New Groove Aztec Mayan sides. So we're gonna wait on the title screen to see the battle demonstration to show off what's different in this game a little bit before we go into options, edit skills, training, all that nice stuff that's in this game. Hey, look at that new loading screen at Cyberman where you could turn the sticks and they grow. What a great addition to the game. I'm not really trying that hard. And here's the battle demonstration. Off the rip, you already know things are different. Maybe a little bit with the art. It's still cell shaded, so it's not that much different. But you can tell all the teleporting. Look at that. You can even dodge moves when you're standing still now. And teleport behind people. Okay, Giru. Yeah, I get it, Giru. Thank you. We're loading the game. They kept the same screen as the other 2 games.
Hey, it's me, Goku. So which are you going to play?
So what you gonna play, huh? And he tells you through all these different modes, which are 7 modes yet again. They keep to that 7-mode methodology to remind you that there are 7 Dragon Balls, at least in the original series in DBZ, unless you're counting the Namekian Dragon Balls and the 5 billion Dragon Balls and Dragon Ball Super. We don't talk about that. But these are all voice acted by Goku, and they just repeat the same lines. There's no different ones here. It's not like Budokai Tenkaichi 3 later on. But you see all these characters. You got Android 16, Goku, Vegeta, Bulma. Look at all these characters. You got Krillin with hair on the freaking car. It's awesome. Also, Piccolo driving, which is a reference to the filler episode where Piccolo and Goku try to get their license. It's good stuff. So we're going to go to options. We also have Majin Buu and Mr. Satan flying out there. Hercule. Look at that. I got Par even voice acting this. This is probably the best option screen out of all 3 easily. It's not even close. But you have the difficulty here. Look at that Z game difficulty, the new difficulty, as if the game on very hard in Budokai 2 wasn't hard enough for you with Goku or any other character that could get you in a hit stun combo. But this is in specifically the story mode. If you feel like you don't have enough of a challenge, they made yet another stronger difficulty for you. But there is Z2 and Z3 in this game as well. You want to see the absurdity of this? No, I won't show it off. How about that? So I'm going to count how many game difficulty options there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 difficulties is way too many. You could have stopped at Z and just bumped it up just to be like 2 and 3, but this is absurd. I think you unlock this after you beat Dragon Universe mode. I don't think it's readily available off the rip. Or maybe it is. I could be completely wrong. You can't change the difficulty up to Z, 1, 2, or 3 in dual mode. It's only for Dragon Universe. Also, this isn't voice acted here. We're going to just do average, normal. Oh, look at this controller, though. The Dragon Radar controller. This was a good idea. Great stuff, but it's similar to the last 2 games. Also, like the top left corner. You're going to see this a lot in Dragon Universe mode to let you know that there's an item or a location to go to in the game. Using the base of the Dragon Radar to show it on the screen is so good. So they used a Dragon Ball here instead of a light bulb, which is fine, but it's not as unique as Budokai 1's where you see the dimming of the bulb. The Dragon Ball doesn't even dim here. Default is here. We're going to bump it up even higher just in case. But you notice there's music in there now. See, they changed the lips.
Hey everyone, Goku.
Hey everyone, Goku here. Hey everyone, Gohan here. Everyone, Trunks here.
But they removed the mouth, instead put the music note there. It's like, man, you could have kept the mouth. The mouth was funny. Appropriate for the voice. But that's to change the game options. I think this is, like I said before, the best game option screens. Voice acted. It has way more and better visuals. Quantity and quality in this assessment here. And it auto saves for you, so you don't have to worry about saving. We're going to get into practice and training. We're going to train here. You get 12 chapters in this game instead of 6 because now there's teleportation and new stuff in here. Like Dragon Rush. This was probably the worst mechanic you could have came up with. This was not a good idea whatsoever. People do not like Dragon Rush where it's just a 50, not even a 50-50 chance. It starts out, you got a 1 in 4th chance of getting it right because there's 4 buttons you have to choose. Square, triangle, circle, and X. And if you get it wrong, you go to the next phase because there's 3 phases in which you have to press buttons in. And I'll probably show it in here. It'd probably be easier to also show you visually besides verbally speaking about it. Look at the little Cybermen, dude. Probably my favorite loading screens are in this game and Budokai Tenkaichi 3, like Gohan pulling up the sword and Vegeta doing the push-ups. Oh yeah, you play as perfect self. This is so good. And it doesn't make any sense why they would put the effort of making this in training, but not make proper what-if characters in this game carried over from the previous games. They took them out. That's probably a negative I'll put for this game. Tiencha's not in this game. Goku is not in this game. Super Boost Special Absorption is not in this game, and I explained in the previous video it's probably because they were too random and too many absorptions. But they did add Piccolo as an absorption in this game. Apparently he was an absorption in the previous game. So you only get 3 absorptions, which is Piccolo, Gotenks in Super Saiyan 3 form, or Gohan in his Mystic form, or Elder Kai unlock ability, as this game likes to call it.
What happened?
Didn't you know, Cell? Didn't you know, Cell? You can't just use Ultimate Attack anytime you want, you moron! Stupid. So this is Dragon Rush. You gotta guess the buttons 3 times. If you get it right the first time, it's defensive. Now you have a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. If you get that wrong, you're gonna take a lot of damage. That's also the problem, is that it gives a lot of free damage for such a low probability. Now you have the 50-50 here. And the AI intentionally gets it wrong here. But at the end of Dragon Rush, you either do a special move or you just do key blasts. Look at that. It's over a health bar of damage based off guessing. And it's not even a proper 50-50 because, like I said, 1/4, 1/3 to 1/2. And the AI knowing what you're going to do is also not great. No one can stop me now. I think that's it, isn't it? Yo, HFIL? Dang, I can't believe they mentioned that in this game. That's Dragon Rush. Not the best thing they ever made in this game. You also need to be in that burst mode in order to do your ultimate move. Hyper mode, as they call it in this game. They call it hyper mode, which will show it off in here in training as well. Might as well. I don't have to worry about it too much when we talk about it in practice because I'm going to show you all the teleportation stuff in practice mode. Much better. This game's good. It's the best of the 3, and I'd argue even Infinite World. There's some things you might like better in Infinite World, like burst rushing around down. So this requires a button press, and you have to be in this mode in order to do your ultimate attack, as I mentioned before. And then you just press it again. It requires all the button presses, but you notice how it takes analog sticks? Oh, wow, he won that. Yeah, I think that was equal to each other. So if the offense and defense is equal, defense always wins. But yes, you get ultimate special attacks in this game, but they require you pressing down on the analog sticks, or you can press all 4 buttons at the same time. That's what I do. It's much easier. But if you fail, some attacks actually do not work in your favor, like that one. Other ones are just defensive. They'll still take damage, but not nearly as much, just like the previous game. Well, I never seen an attack like that because it was random and out of nowhere. Look, it's like a goofy gag manga. Remember Toriyama? Rest in peace, buddy. So that's pretty much training, and you train with different characters. They don't try to keep it like, oh, it's Goten, it's just anyone now. So this is your character select screen. They wanted to keep the idea of the circle, or at least a round scrolling wheel, but this time it's more like a perfect circle. And they didn't want it at an oblong angle. You wanted to be able to see more characters at once and not just scrunching the PNGs on top of each other. We'll also get 3D models here that aren't just characters that are standing towards you. You actually see what the characters will look like facing each other. That's one of the main changes. The versus screen has electricity cracking. You got Snake Way in the background. You got this nice goofy font. That's a great representation of Dragon Ball Z. You got the guy from King Kai's Planet. I forget the name off the top of my head. It's not Bubbles. That's the monkey. So, the new characters in this game. Oob, Cooler, Bardock, Broly, Omega Shenron, Cybermen, and Seljura. That's funny to me. They got the 2 different copyright, like trademark and copyright. But you also have new transformations for GT. Even though Goku GT and Vegeta GT are not in this game, these forms of Goku and Vegeta could still go Super Saiyan 4, which I'll show off. There's also a new addition in this game, is that there's a lot more costumes, especially Goku. I think Goku has 4 costumes, if not 5. He's got 4 costumes. I'm thinking of Infinite World, where he has the halo above his head. They add another costume in this game, more than previous games. I do like the scroll wheel, though. I think it's great, because instead of having a 3D model in the background, they had the PNG character that's facing towards your opponent, which I like. Blue for first player, red for second player as well. Gohan has a Saiyaman outfit in this game, too, doesn't he? I don't know if that was removed, or I just don't have it. That's crazy if they removed it. There's no reason to remove stuff. None whatsoever. There's none. Vegeta's got 4 different outfits, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 4 was usually the max amount of outfits you could have in this game. Most characters have 2 to 3. It's rare to have an outfit or a character with 4. Like, that one's a nail reference. You got Tien here. You have your Saiyan Saga outfit, your Buu Saga outfit. Oh, man. The what if character. This game was made for what ifs, and they're just like, nah, we're not doing that. Also, you notice Cell is in his imperfect form, or his base form, whatever you'd like to call it. Not the baby form where he digs underground for 3 years and he matures, whatever. You also have Frieza being back to his base form, where he relies on transformations instead. I'm going to choose Vegeta this time. I always keep playing as Goku. I use Goku in my thumbnails. Let's use Vegeta. Look, it's Bubbles. Still got Snake Way here. Notice how Snake Way was going from the select character screen to the stage selection screen? That's good stuff. And there's a 3D King Kai planet here. That's why Bubbles is also here, because that's the end of Snake Way. It's King Kai's planet. You have more stages in this game. You got World Tournament Stage, Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Archipelago, which is different from Islands, Urban Area, which is different from West City, Mountains, Plain, Grandpa Gohan's house, which is new, Planet Namek, Cell Ring, Supreme Kai's world, which is different from their previous Supreme Kai world, and Inside Buu and Red Ribbon Base. Some of these are older maps that you've seen before, but some of them are just like updated or changed to the idea of what it was previously to now. Most of these have stage transitions. Archipelago, Urban Area, Mountains, Plain, Grandpa Gohan's house, they're all unique. Planet Namek, I don't think Cell Ring does. I don't think Supreme Kai world does, nor does Inside Buu. Or go Inside Buu. I think it's probably one of my favorite maps, because how weird it looks. It looks absurd. Reminds me of Fetus of God from Darkstalkers. This is like a weird, gross flesh map. Like pumping organs. It's really nice and unique. I think it's one of the better maps too. And the music is new for this game. Most of it, I'm pretty sure, is new, and it's good. So you start off with 3 key with most characters. Some have more depending on who they are, like Omega Shenron. I think starts off with 7 max, which is insane, even though his attack isn't above 100%, but he starts with more key. So in this game, when you charge to another full key bar, you actually get more attack power. Max, you get 110 for most base form characters. But if you notice, the font is different for this, and the command bar is different. One of the best UIs they made for this game series and all the Dragon Ball Z games. Any Dragon Ball game too, I'll put it up there as well. They brought back the Scouter, and it's a legit Scouter. You can see it, but they changed the design of it. It's not 1-to-1 to what original Scouters look like. They changed it more of a blue. You have the person's PNG of their face, which also changes based on the transformation they do. I pressed the wrong button. There you go. See it? It changes in the top right of their bar. And you can also tell that you have 3 health pip at the top left. Also, health changes color the higher you go, as well as lower you go. But I also want to show off how powerful transformations could be in this game. So I want to show you something. Watch this. Notice how it did some decent amount of damage, but it's possible to knock your opponent up in the air and then transform. Better yet, I could just show you when you do transform. When you transform in this game, it causes your opponent to pop up in the air. So when I transform, I'll actually pop them up. Watch. or knock them back, which allows you to combo into stuff better. Let's do a grab. Watch this. Notice how it popped him up? And then you can combo into that. That's the absurdity of this game. I don't know if that was the best decision. Notice I'm in Super Saiyan 2 and I have 123. Let's do Super Saiyan 4. Yes, they got the GT outfit in here, but not Vegeta GT, which was a weird choice. I guess they didn't want to make new character models, but then they made Cyberman and Cell Jr., to be fair, which were in Budokai 2, but they put them as playable characters. But they made Omega Shenron, Broly, all this other stuff, so I don't know what they were thinking. He also gets a new Ki Blast with a new transformation that does a health bar damage, you know, normal stuff. He's insanely powerful. So is Goku. I'd argue Goku might be the best character in this game just because of his transformation combo. We also have new moves in this game like Final Impact, which does a special move. And he has a special quote for it as well. So what we're going to do is burst mode. See, notice how Final Flash is the ending move for Dragon Rush. It's not a combo anymore. You have to win it in Dragon Rush, which can also be painful for the person doing it and the person defending it. It's bad on both sides. Big Bang attack can only be done in Super Saiyan or higher, so there is still transformation restrictions on ultimate attacks. We got 7 key gauges to get there. I doubt you'll actually ever make it if you ever played an ultra competitive match, if anyone will let you, unless you're just really good at this game. I got plenty of time to explain this as well. If you notice in hyper mode that your key goes down, and it goes down pretty rapidly. And when you use your ultimate move, you got to make sure your opponent's stunned enough to where they can actually get hit. If you miss, all your key goes to 0 and you lose your transformations. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. That's probably the best you could possibly do. There's no way you could beat that. I like doing like the random greatest thing ever I've probably ever seen ever since playing this game. 2,000 damage if you get that off. What you want to try to do is trick the opponent to get into hyper mode. And also you can just do Ki Blast whatever you want in this game. This should allow me to teleport if he tries to do it as super. Oh, okay. The problem is you can't teleport out of a charge attack, but also the issue in this game, as well as it was in previous games, that charge attacks have homing. So what you got to do is backdash on that. You can also volley Ki Blast back, but you shoot so many. It's insane how fast they are in this game compared to the previous games. Because if you notice, transformations take a pause, but they also have like an area effect. You see it. It's like Ki Blast cannon in Infinite World. You got to bait them. See? Notice how I baited him in, and then you could do whatever you want to him. He can't dodge out of this. He has no key. Did you notice I teleported back and behind him? It's basically called the teleportation tornado combo, they call it, on the back of the box art. You probably see it in the top left. Notice how he teleported away, but like I said, it takes a lot of key. This game is about key resource and management. Not saying the other game wasn't, but notice how my key doesn't go down despite being in a transformed state? That's probably the best part about this game. That was ridiculous in the other 2 games. That is a welcome change. Let's try Dragon Rushing him. Dragon Rushing is probably going to be the most difficult. Watch this. I'm going to probably Dragon Rush him off this. Isn't that insane? You do a move that does almost 1k damage to go into Dragon Rush. And I got a free 300 hit damage. Even though I'll get hit here, it doesn't matter because defense can't do enough damage to combat that. And I got all my key back. Give me again. And you just keep doing it. You just keep going to Dragon Rush as many times as you like and keep doing this. It's free damage. So if he gets this right on the second time, it's an instant equalizer. That means no one gets damaged further than that. Oh my goodness. Look how much damage I'm doing. What were they thinking with this? You picked X. Oh my goodness. I should have picked X that time. Like I said, I almost did 2,000 damage. But hopefully he gets this right. See, both of them block each other's attacks no matter what. Also, the AI does not like teleporting if you're pre-teleporting. I think I pretty much show up all this game on the basic level of the rudimentary functions of this game from the old to the new. All right, it's called skill editing in this game. You have Launch here, and she does sneeze to transform into her other form. So you have edit capsules here where you choose a character and you edit the skills on that character. Look at these random stuff I have on these characters. Look, you got the skill shop as well, where you can buy stuff just like in Budokai 2. And it tells you what they are, right? And there's more options too. Notice how there's 4 red here, 3 green, 3 yellow, and then you have your system ones, which I already have all of. I have 100%. But like I said in the previous game, if you have 2 of the same skill, it does more damage. I don't know how to make her change. I don't know how to make her sneeze. She does sneeze and change, I swear. There it is. I finally got it. But magically her clothes change too at the same time. I don't know what's up with that. I think it was a reference to Dragon Ball, where she was in lingerie one time. But you also have your skill list here to let you know who has what. I don't know if I like this better than Budokai 2's. Budokai 2's just had it all in there, so it knows which castle. But it does show you what it is without having to be on it. You don't have to be on the skill to know what the name of it is compared to Budokai 2. It also tells you how many skills that a character has as well. It tells you what it can and can't do in terms of the right side as well. Let's show this off as well, and like the difference between all 3 games with this. So now it's up and down instead of left and right in this. They just use Goten again. And they put Launch in here, but they did change change it, and they let you know what it is, like skill icon, skill name, effects, usage requirements, which characters can view it, and comments about it. And they also tell you the rarity. The specials are the yellow, orange, green, teal, and then blue. Look, it's Goten again. Click power up. And they also tell you what those things do, right? They tell you what every status ailment is in this game. They tell you this: by setting a power-up capable skill twice, the effect is powered up. I'm pretty sure it was true for Budokai 1 and 2. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure that was the reason why you could buy multiple skills twice. I am now going to show off Dragon Universe, Dragon Arena, and World Tournament will be next. This is your story mode for the game. As you can tell, I already have everything. There's also bonuses you can get in this, which is a bunch of voice data. That's so Junior. You can also reset a character if you want to start all over again instead of just doing new story. We're just going to go into continue because it goes through all the story stuff of the game. It's not like it's absurd, but obviously Goku would have the most. Every character is not equal in terms of how long their story goes for. It's crazy that Oop's here. Oop is just in the end of DBZ. There's no Majoop in this game. There's no Oop from Dragon Ball GT either, which is kind of crazy. I thought they would do that for this game, but nope. They didn't even do that for Infinite World for them. But they had Vegeta GT and Goku GT. Super Baby 2. So we're gonna pick Goku here. I don't know where I am in the story. I'm just gonna let you know that now. I might be pretty far. I might be pretty short. I don't know. The story goes in just like it was Budokai 2. We have the box. Oh, sweet. I'm at the beginning. Well, there you go. It makes that easier.
Long ago.
And this is voice acted compared to Budokai 2. It shows you stuff from Dragon Ball. Look at that. That's just from Budokai 1. They just took a Budokai 1 screen and put it in the game. Hey, they use PNGs and they have text boxes. Sometimes it's voice acted, sometimes it's not. These are awesome art backgrounds. I love these. Start out here. You can press R1 to look for points if they're around. If you're having problems seeing them, that's usually the issue in this game for some people. You can hit select here to let you know how to play this game too, as a reminder. I know it starts off with no HUD, so you're probably confused, but hitting select shows you stuff like map and dragon radar on or off, backward flying burst, rotate, ascend, descend, stuff like that. Key search, scouter search. So red is where you need to go to progress the story. But as you notice, I'm nowhere near that. Yet I could go to Goku's house, which is a 3D model on the map. Goku Bulma wants you to come get it. It's done. Whatever it is. Haha, great. Now listen, Miss, where did you bear down from Gohan? Do I have the Dragon Radar? I do not have the Dragon Radar, so I can't show off the Dragon Radar. Look, is this West City? East City. Excuse me, look at the map, idiot. Who the heck are you being, kid? Come on. Look, you can be Oolong, and they have a special dialogue, too. Wow, he's yelling at Gohan. Isn't that crazy? This is basically the entire map of Dragon Ball. Look at this Saiyan spaceship. Interesting that you can go here even before you meet him, but it's usually a fine item. I think this is Raditz? No, it's Bardock. Okay, that's how you unlock Bardock. And this is the icy place. Look, Muscle Tower. Remember Muscle Tower? Look, if you just want to speed through here, you can just do this. If you want to find items this way, it's probably the best way to do it. Oh, West City. That's where Capsule Core is. Let's go. Look at these 3D models of the map. This is probably my favorite story mode. See, and there's like little storylines of the side thing to get an item. That's a special item for only certain characters, too. I did this as Goku as well because I think he gets not just the most of the story, but most to look at things. Look, Korin Tower is also different than Kami's Lookout. Look at Yajirobe. Hey, that's my son. You just go around and tell everybody he's his son. Look, go to Kami's Lookout. Look, Kami, it's my son. See, but now there's mystery stuff. Notice how there was the scroll was on the left side in the previous modes, like training and practice, stuff like that, but now it's on the top right-hand side. There's also mystery stuff in here. I recommend grabbing it because sometimes it's an item. Item Dragon Ball Battle is usually the 3 things it's most likely to be. Go to Baba's Palace, too. You can just go all over the map. It's great. Venturing around, guessing where it is. Hello. Just carrying Gohan around and showing him off like a trophy is crazy. Also, you don't usually get all the Dragon Balls at once, and they can be in the water, which is why you try to look for the Dragon Radar, which could be random on the map or it could be part of a story. Look, Kame House. That's actually where this story mode should be starting. This is voice acted because it was part of the story, but that's not where I need to go. And all these new PNGs for this game are so good, too. Did you go back to Kame House? Go in! Look, mountains. This is where I'll probably fight Vegeta. I don't know if there is a Dragon Ball available here yet. Maybe there is. Oh, maybe there is. This could be one. I don't know for sure without the Dragon Radar, because like I said, it's all a mystery. Oh, there we go! So the Dragon Radar looks like the Dragon Radar. It's pretty good. They actually rounded out the tip instead of making it flat from the previous game. So all you do is just fly around like this. Ooh, there was a question mark there. For people that like collecting things in this game, this is definitely for you. Oh, yeah. This is to buy any skill. You got membership cards. Look at that. You can go back in. I think these are all membership cards. This is going to be the gold membership. Then it's going to be the silver membership. Look, it's a Dragon Ball. It's orange on the map, and it's a ball. It's in the water. You just grab it. It's like, all right, I found a Dragon Ball. Hey, yeah. And it does its own unique animation for it. It hovers around and everything. It's so cool. cool. Oh, look at that. There's another question. There is so many things that you could miss. That's why this has replay value if you're interested. Not just playing the same character, but also playing as another character as well. To find all those what ifs, because there's special what ifs in this game too. Battles that you gotta find that don't go along with the story mode, where you actually do play as SS4 Gogeta versus Omega Shenron in this mode. Wait, can I go to Grandpa Gohan's house yet? I guess not. Maybe not yet. I just like how there's just random cities and then there's nothing else out there. It's cool though. You'll see like the Cell map and stuff like that, or the Cell Arena. They really got the formula down for the most part, except for Dragon Rush and Hyper Mode. Like, this is good. I like this. This is also voice acted. Right on top of it, too. Look how much health I have because my stats are all the way up for it. Look, also, since my key's up all the way, watch this. I transform straight to Super Saiyan despite the fact that I don't have the standard key requirements for it. I go Super Saiyan 2 now. Oh, no, I go SS3. Can I go SS4 here? Yes, I can. Oh, my goodness, Raditz. I feel bad for you. That's why you want to turn up the difficulty as well. Because of things like this, he's dead. Obliterated. I do love that the Scouter breaks and even shatters when you do an ultimate attack on your opponent when it destroys them. So good. Great addition to this game. So this is where you get your base experience value. You get experience based on what you did in the match. You can also get points for taunting if you'd like. I have a lot of XP, as you can tell. I put it all on health, key, and attack. Guard, I'm not worried about. I'll just do 1 billion damage. They reduced it a little bit, as we'll see with Budokai Tenkaichi 1, that it's not always the best idea to do that. You have so many matches in the game that clearly we already know the result of. We're already repeating the story of Dragon Ball multiple times, or specifically Dragon Ball Z. Yo, there's a Dragon Ball here. I'm pretty sure even if you miss it on this part, it'll probably show up later on. But then again, I could be wrong about that. Battle points just fight opponents for experience. If you're worried that you're not getting experience on the map, you can go to Battle Point and train. There we go. See, I'm remembering. This is so good. This is a great what if. Oh my goodness. Where Goku actually visits his grandpa's grave, or his adopted grandpa's grave. So good. This is such a meaningful thing. And you actually get a skill from it for doing this. You actually get Kid Goku! Wasn't that supposed to be a gray capsule? Why was that green? That one moment is better than the entirety of Dragon Ball Super. Really hyperbolic. See, these are the items. Key-based attack damage nullifier for 20 seconds. Insane. I don't like those. I never did. I'll talk about it in Tenkaichi as well. Like, the customization of your character. I feel like it's cheating. I'd rather just fight everyone at their base level without any additions or add-ons. So you probably... Oh, was there 2 planes there?
You have learned.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, it's Kaioken. They say Kaioken in here. So you had 2 planes, so they give you that skill. All right. Even though you should have got the skill when you came back, that's where I would have put it, but they decided to do that. Like, hey, here's your skill. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. So we'll just beat Nappa here. It's a different story for different characters. Like, Broly on Earth is such a weird concept, but that happened in the second Broly movie. Notice how Nappa has more health. They do have characters that adjust based on how strong they are, how far they are in the story. Look at that, 1,500 damage. Death. So what you're supposed to do after this is go fight Vegeta. Like I said, in the beginning, there isn't a lot of what-ifs. They should have put more what-if stuff in this game where you fight Cell earlier, fight Vegeta later. There is the ability to fight Super Saiyan Vegeta on Namek. I love that. That's a good what-if in this game. Oh, you know what? I guess I should show off Planet Namek, because you actually do go to Namek. Oh, yo, we found a special scene. Sometimes it'll automatically put you into the thing. They told Gohan and Krillin to stay back. Look, I found the spirit bomb. But I had to fly around to find that, but it automatically put me into that. You might not like the fact that you have to go find the skill, too. That could be a criticism of this game. Like, it should automatically just show up that he had spirit bomb instead of having to look for it in the map. But I think that's part of the reason why it makes it a what-if, too. Is that you do have to find the skills of which are required to do certain story elements. You also don't have to do the analog sticks here. You can press all 4 buttons of the directional pad if you want. This is voice acting. Yo, Scouter Vegeta, baby. He has different hair here, though. He's got the purple hair.
Kakarot, enjoy my time with you. I'll enjoy my, anyway, Super Saiyan.
Being able to fight Super Saiyan Vegeta is pretty good. On Namek. An idea or concept they stole for Sparking Zero. It was already in this game. That's why I'm so mad about Sparking Zero. They just copied things from the other games. Yep, see, this is voice acting. This is where you get Vegeta. Look at that, Vegeta recovering in the Saiyan pod. Isn't that awesome? Thank goodness they do ask you. And if you don't want to continue, you could just leave as well. That's a nice addition. But look at that. And you don't do like that training thing you do at Budokai 1. So Namek is, I wouldn't say necessarily completely different. And obviously it's a different color. You can see different things on the map. But look, you have Goku's spaceship there too. You still have the Dragon Radar as well. But it's really weird because this would be the Namekian Dragon Balls. This wouldn't be the regular Earth Dragon Balls. The Namekian Dragon Balls are huge in comparison to the Earth Dragon Balls. They needed it to carry over because they knew it's like, hey man, we're not just going to put all the Earth Dragon Balls on the first beginning of the map. That's too easy. Like, I get why, but there's a little ludonarrative dissonance there. So you go to Namek Village, and I think he assesses the damage that was done. This was the work of Frieza. He just gives you a skill for this. I do like that, though. I don't know the specific requirements off the top of my head in order to get Super Saiyan Vegeta, but just make sure you're going around the entire map doing things. It might be before you fight Final Form Frieza. I think I got most of everything already. Like I said, it's crazy you already have 4 Dragon Balls, and we're not even at the Cell Saga. Oh, there was 2 things there. See, this is why you do this. There are 3 things on the map here. I think that's clearly the one you need to go to, so I'm going to try to go to that. I think this is Vegeta. Yep. Notice how you have to give all of them Sensu Beans? Please tell me this is Krillin. Yes. Got them all. So they're close, but not too far apart. Notice how the action bubble changed as well? I didn't point that out before, but it was all actiony. Wow, just like a manga. Instead of just a standard speech bubble, it's got sharp edges on it. It's got triangles. Some of these might actually have special requirements as well. I just want to point that out. Oh, yeah, when Goku has the heart virus. Oh, stage transition. Let's do it. Come on. I'm going to show off the stage transition. Oh, get out there. Oh, my goodness. But that's basically the stage transition. It's not a full stage transition. It's more like environmental damage. But some of them legit stage transition. Well, at least I got to show that too. So you can actually press start. You can check your status. This also checks just your stats. You can also edit your skills anytime you want. So if you want to give yourself a challenge and remove skills, you can do that. Or as you get new skills, you put them in. We're not going to continue the game. We are now going to play Dragon Arena. This is now the newest mode. They're not doing Bobity's spaceship. They're not doing Legend of Hercule. This is just where you fight tough opponents. But I do believe this is where you unlock stuff. But if you notice, it uses the stats from story mode. So you can pick any character here. I'm going to pick Gohan this time. So it's going to be based on your level. So if you're a lower level character, you can only go so high. So let's fight Broly. Any map you want. Sometimes there'll be a special opponent that comes in based on who you fight at what level. But I don't know if I'd say this side mode's that much better than Bobity's spaceship or even Legend of Hercule. Legend of Hercule even got special cutscenes for that mode. This is just fight enemies. Oh my, should have just kept backdashing. Also, you can, instead of just hopping back, you can now dash fully back. I didn't talk about that in training, but now you can do that. Am I gonna lose this? Are you for real? Come on. See, he just does a big ki blast. Almost 2 health bars of damage. See, like I said, they were worried about people running away. And then oh my goodness, I was backdashing and I didn't teleport forward. I showed off in training, now I'm showing that the opponent's gonna be doing it too. But like I said, it's just spammable, that's the problem. Woo, look, not necessarily a stage transition per se. Oh yeah, it is, because the ground destroys. Oh my goodness, I was dodging, come on. There's chip damage in this game too.
I need to train some more.
They kind of got lazy with the voice lines and just copy and pasted some in here. Like I said, this was released 1 year after Budokai 2 came out. It was released in 2004. It's freaking insane. Probably should get Attack up as well as Ki. That's usually do the top 3. You go all the way up to level 99 as well. So Breakthrough does not give everything. Because now we have Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. This is like the strongest fusion in this game. He's ridiculous. I think he has 180% attack. Some of these Vegetas actually can do fusion. Notice how the opponent's way strong. Why are you already bursting, dude? Why? We're already in Dragon Rush, by the way. Notice how the voice acting's different because you're a fused character. Also, you can switch in and out characters in Budokai 2 with a fused character. I didn't show that off. Oh my goodness. For real, man. He does Final Flash even in base form. You could be in any form and do Final Flash at the end of your Dragon Rush. And these usually do way more damage. 3,600. I have to charge my ki up more in order to transform to Super Saiyan 4. Oh, I backdashed. Oh, thank goodness. See, you can't transform in any form besides SS4. Okay. Also, he lost his transformation there. Also, winning poses in this game. I didn't show them off before, but they're here. I didn't show off SS4 Gogeta. Gosh darn it. I don't know. Can you use fusion in World Tournament in this game? We're going to find out. Cell games. Can you use fusions? I think you can use fusions. They're like, why not? Let's see if I can even get it off, though, in the World Tournament. But he's insanely good. His ki doesn't drop that fast in his fused form, and he does so much damage without any stat bumps. Imagine playing in Dragon Arena as SS4 Gogeta. Oh, no, it's the Cell game stages. And the Scouter's different, too, for the World Tournament. Oh, we got Clash. We actually got to show off clashing. That's crazy. Can I show off the beam struggle? Just spam this, because I don't think it wastes ki. Notice how he's backdashing away. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to do the fusion, which is automatic. If you get it off, you don't have to press any button sequences in order to do it, which is completely and utterly busted. There we go. Ta-da. Look at this guy. His ult costume got the white hair and tan skin. Freaking sick. I love that ult costume, too. Look at this. Just shred him.
What were you thinking?
It's so unfair. He just melts you. Because if you get hit once with it, you got to teleport out. Or try to teleport before you do or block. It does so much damage. Like I said, there's no stat bumps on this character right now. We're not in Dragon Arena. It's just default everyone's damage, which is insane. That did over a health bar and a half. It's very nice, though, because you don't have to worry about ring outs in this, but the difficulty's harder. That was the trade-off. Oh, I'm not going to make it in time. Wait, I might be able to make it. Hold on, watch this. Let's see if I can do it all in one. Oh, my God! That was amazing. I do like Vegeta's aura in this game. That magenta is very nice for him because his fur is a different color than Goku's. Let's see if I can show off 100 times Kamehameha. There we go. Just to get it off. Look at this special move. I'm here. And he just lets him hit him. He's like, oh, I'm sick of these games. Whaps him with an elbow. Bam! Oh, did I make it? Nope, defense won. Gosh darn it. Oh, no, he blocks it. How much damage? Yeah, special quote when you do defense. Look at that. See, it doesn't count as killing him.
Boy, how disappointing.
So if you actually get that off in the beginning, that's an insta win because you got to remember, I hit him with the charge attack up, which does damage, which I'm pretty sure if he didn't block it, that would have done 3 health bars. That's how insanely good SS4 Gogeta is. When you have a timer instead of key bars to worry about, you just keep spamming Key Blast. Why wouldn't you? Or Dragon Rush. You can spam Dragon Rush as SS4 Gogeta as well if you're worried about the timer because the timer doesn't go down when you're in Dragon Rush. Oh God, short characters are still a problem in this game. Look at this. Oh, come on. Come on, Goten. I am cooking the AI right now. You got nothing. Notice how my combo missed and he had time to block? See, if you block that attack, the chip damage doesn't count. Wow, that was sad. Oh, we're fighting Kid Goku. Great. 2 short characters in a row. Should just have me fight Krillin and Teen Gohan as well. Yo, unique dialogue. Yeah, there's unique dialogue with certain characters. Even himself, which is awesome. Look at that power pole attack. See, but if he's in the air, you can mitigate the fact that he's short. What does SS4 stand for? The end. This is by far my favorite Saiyan transformation hair of all time. Gogeta's and SS4 Goku's. All right, now do it. Now do it. Why'd that hit? Oh, because I canceled it. You can cancel your Key Blast until a teleport. Oh, yeah, I do like the aura in this, too. Sparkly.
How disappointing.
Oh, how disappointing. I destroyed a younger version of myself. Oh, my goodness. We're doing the end of DBZ, except I'm SS4 instead. Yo, the music changes. Notice how Oops starts with 5 key bars, though? Please let me charge up all the way. Yes! And then he's going to teleport, and then I'll go teleport behind him. Oh, he doesn't teleport. That's right. He side rolls. I'm ending this. Sorry, Reincarnation of Boo. I'm ending this now. Also great Cell Games Arena map. They got takes and stuff in there. Crazy. He only has Big Bang Kamehameha, though. That's what sucks about SS4 Gogeta. They removed all the melee stuff out of this game. It's mostly about ki. They realized that players were just focusing on melee attacks. Ta-da! I win. I'm number 1. 50,000 Zenny, which is good stuff. That's enough for 1 super attack, which is why you probably would prefer doing story mode to find your money. And that's pretty much the epitome of the game. I absolutely recommend this game. Look, I'll even show you the help screen that I never showed off. But this game is awesome. I absolutely recommend it. Arguably the best of all the Budokai games. You could even argue it might be better than Budokai Tenkaichi 3 in some cases. I don't think I would. Thank you for stopping by and watching this retrospective review. There's going to be more retrospective reviews on the way. I hope you enjoy yourself because I'm going to be getting into Infinite World now. I know people don't really count it as part of the Budokai series, but it is. It's not by name, but it is by game design and mechanics. Take care of yourselves and have an excellent one on me. Bye-bye.